Greetings, fellow 50p collectors. Coin Snatcher here. So it's been a while since the last video. We got the Red Bull charged up on caffeine from courtesy of Red Bull, and we got loads of new coins that arrived. For example, today we've had this VE set of coins that have arrived from the Westminster collection, and we've got a Platinum Jubilee set of coins in there as well that arrived. They're both 15 coin sets. I was going to do the video on those tonight, but I've decided that instead of doing that, we're going to have a look at something a little bit different. Well, I say a little bit different. It's Isle of Man coins, but with the Isle of Man coins generally we're looking at the Ellen Vannon series of computer 50p's, or we're looking at the Christmas coin date run, or we're looking at the Viking ships date run, or the TT races date run. So we're not going to look at any of those tonight, but we are going to have a look at these four trays here. And these four trays are the Isle of Man. Oh, how would you describe these? In a way, they are the definitive coins, but they would have been released every year. Some of them are not definitive, some of them are commemorative, but overall, this is what I would consider to be the definitive coin collection. So this is playing silly buggers. Let's get this to focus. So normally with these coins, these would have been released once a year, and you would pick up the coin over the years, especially in the later years. They released a lot of sets of coins with either 5 coins in them or 4 coins in them. But basically, if it's not the Isle of Man, Viking, Christmas or TT coins, they've gone into these trays here, and they occupy their own little space in the cabinet there, which you can see is empty, because obviously I've got them here. So it starts off with the, let's see if we can get this, it starts off with the, well, one of my favourite coins, which is the Christianity and Man coin. So we've got the year 2000 there, and as with a lot of these coins, we're looking at the different die marks on them. Now, if I do all 4 trays and go into the different die marks, we'll be here for hours, but you can see on this coin we have an AA die mark. This also has a special PMM mint mark, so obviously PM for Popjoy Mint, and then the MM is Roman for 2000, so it celebrates the millennium. So we have that is the first coin, and then we have the next coin in the series. They're splendid looking coins. I love the design on these. AA die mark, I can't help myself, AA die mark. Year 2000 again, but a variation on the AA die mark. It's different to the first one. And then the next coin is actually, well, it's probably worthy of its own space somewhere, because this is a no die mark coin, and it's a silver proof coin, and very, very rare, absolute stunner of a coin, only available in sets. So for the year 2000 there, we've got 3 different variations of the Christianity and Man coin. And then moving on, we've got another AA die mark coin, which is 2001. And then we've got another one, which should be 2002, if my memory serves me correctly. There we go. Lovely condition coin as well. With these Christianity and Man coins, a few of them have slipped into circulation, but it's worth paying a little bit more to get a good quality coin. That's probably the tattiest looking one that I have, but flip that over, it should be 2003. There we go. But you can see the finish on that. Really nice coin. So that's the start of the set. And then after the Christianity and Man coins, it went on to the Milner's Tower series of coins. So there we go. Pretty straightforward design. I think this is a tower that's on Brata Peak, but don't hold me to that. But there we go, Milner's Tower, AA Dimark on that one. And the year for that one is 2004. Carries on after the Christianity and Man coins. Now with these coins, there was quite a few of them because they did release different Dimark variations on the coin, but we got 2005. I should have said too that 2004 coin and the 2005 coin, but particularly the 2004 are the key coins in the collection. The 2004 one is a relatively expensive coin to get a hold of. And then we've got the 2006 coin. We've got the 2007 coin. We should have 2008 here. Nope, 2007, but that'll have a variation on the Dimark. So rather than an AA Dimark, that looks like an AB Dimark. I did say I wasn't going to Dimarks, but I can't help myself. So 2007, there we go, 2008, and a little AA Dimark down there. And then hopefully 2009, but prove me wrong. Yep, 2008 again, and variation on the AA Dimark on that coin. And then we've got 2009 with the AA Dimark, and you can see this series went on for quite a while. So we've got the, looks like, let's have a zoom in on that. That is an AB Dimark coin, and that is 2009. There may be a 2004 coin with an AB Dimark, but I've never come across one of those. The 2004 with the AA Dimark is a rare enough coin. So we got 2010 there. A little bit of a mark across that coin, unfortunately, but hey ho. And then we've got 2011 AA Dimark. And we've got 2012, I think this is. Yep, 2012 with an AA Dimark. And then a little interruption in the Milner's Tower series. We have this Diamond Jubilee 50p with an AA Dimark. Now reportedly it does come with a no-die version, but I've never come across that. But that's 2012 as well, so released in the same year as the Milner's Tower. And we move on through the collection. We've got 2013, a rather nice version of the 2013 coin as well. And then we get on to, this should be 2014, and nope, 2013. So what's the difference on that? It must have an AB Dimark, surely. Yeah, AB Dimark. So 2013 AA, 2013 AB, and are we on to 2014? Yeah, so 2014 is when they started to go a bit mad with the Dimarks. So we've got AA on that one. This should be 2014 as well. That's an AB Dimark. And 2014 with a variation on the Dimark. Let's have a zoom in on that. So that's BA, that Dimark, which is a bit unusual. I think when Pubjoy used BA, they did it on the 2004 Laxey Wheel Christmas coin, and the BA Dimark was meant to be halfway between Brilliant Uncirculated and Proof. A bit of an anomaly in the Dimark sort of sequencing. So 2014, and that is a BB Dimark. Yeah, BB Dimark, which should be a diamond proof coin, but sort of halfway to a diamond proof coin. I'm not entirely sure about that. As I say, they went a bit mad in 2014 with their Dimarks. And then we have AA Dimark, so this should be 2015. Yep. And 2015 year was the same. They went a bit mad with the Dimarks as well. So let's have a little look at that one. So I think that one is an AB die mark. And get my finger into the tray, look it out. Then we have 2015 with a BA die mark. So you may have 1 or 2 Milner's coins in your collection, but there's quite a few of them to collect if you do the die marks. And we have 2015, and let's have a zoom in on that. And that has the BB die mark, but that's obviously been in circulation. Strange the way they do these die marks. They sort of didn't keep to their own rules with them. Oh, this is a nice looking coin. It's been a while since I've looked at these coins. Tend to get them, put them in the cupboard and forget about them, except for the ones I don't have. But the die mark on that coin is BC. So having the C there is a little bit unusual as well. And then we have 2015 still. And this one has a DA die mark, so a little bit harder to see, but if we have a zoom in on this, we're up to 8.7 times magnification to see that, but you can see the D and the A. And then we have, let's zoom that back down a bit. Lovely looking coin, this 2016, really nice finish on that. And this is, I believe, an AA die mark coin, but you can see how small the 2 A's are on that coin. They're tiny, tiny little A's on that coin, which is unusual. Yeah, let's zoom out. And then we have 2016, and God, these are hard to see. So you can imagine when you're on eBay trying to have a look at these and trying to work out what the die marks are. But I think that one is possibly a B, but without getting the magnifying glass out. In fact, we have the magnifying glass here. So let's have a little quick look, because now I've started, there's no stopping. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, so when you get in right and close on that one, it's an AB die mark coin. And that finishes off the Milner's Tower series of coins. So it only spans from 2004 to 2016, but there's quite a few variations on it, as you've seen. Next coin we have then in the Date Run series is the House of Keys Election 50p. So the detail's a bit hard to see on this, but it's quite a nice looking coin. There we go, when you get to see the detail on it. So what does that say on it? It's 150th anniversary, first House of Keys election. And you've got the governmental building there, nicely done. 2017 coin, and I believe that effigy of the Queen was done by the same guy who does the Royal Mint coins, Jody Clark. So he's done quite a bit of work for Popejoy as well, as far as portraits of the Queen goes. Next coin's 2017, and this is the Platinum Wedding Anniversary coin. That's part of a series of 8 coins. So we have the circulating versions of the coins, and then right up on the very apologies for that, I dropped it, but right up in the very top there we've got the silver proof set as well of the platinum coins. So quite a nice set, that one. 8 silver proof coins in that. The designs aren't that inspiring, to be honest, but it is what it is. Now, let me put this phone holder. I'm going to have to invest in a new phone holder. Stop buying all these coins and buy a decent holder for the phone. I could really do with a new phone as well, but I refuse to spend £1,000 on it. So that is tray 1 complete. And then if we have a look at tray 2, so let's see if I can do this without taking all the coins out. So yeah, basically various different portraits of Her Late Majesty and Prince Philip. And as I say, there's one in that tray, and then we've got the other 7 in this tray. Each of these trays holds 35 coins, so you'll be able to count up how many coins are in the collection. So after the big set of 8 coins, the Platinum Wedding Anniversary one, we go on to a more familiar definitive coin that was released by the Isle of Man, and this is the Lockton Ram, and it's a really, really nice design of coin. You've got the four, what do you call them things? Well, I can't remember now. Horns? Yeah, horns, that's the word. I was looking for something more complicated than horns. But really nice coin, really nice design. I've seen them advertised on eBay and being described as satanic coins. You know, eBay sellers will do anything to get a sale. But a really nice coin, and that one is 2017. And then the next one we have is 2018, I would imagine. Yep, there's no die marks on these coins, so you only need to get one for each year, which is definitely a bonus. And then the next coin in the collection is the 1914 to 1918 coin. So this is commemorating World War I. And again, quite a nice design on that. 2018 coin, it's in a nice condition as well there. They definitely do keep well in the capsules. And then the next coin we have is the same coin, but this time it has the selective ink color printing. And I did like this coin with the red, with the poppies done in red around the outside. This is actually a proof finish coin, so they sold this separately, and it came in its own little black box. You can get a like a plain version of it, which isn't proof but is still colorized, I believe, but that's the proof one. Moving on, the next set of coins is a 5-set coin, I believe. So this is something to do with the Queen and her promises, what she committed to do as Queen, and that's 2018. It's a bit of a boring set, to be honest, but the things which I have here before promised I will perform and keep, so help me God. And then we have the next coin in this 5-coin series, which was one of the state carriages. There's several different state carriages. I'm not exactly sure which one's which, but they all look right and posh, and they all look right and uncomfortable to be in. There we have one of the crowns. Nice design on that as well. Again, not the most inspiring of coins, you know, but if you're going to do the collection, then you've got to have all these coins in. The next coin we have is one of the different crowns. So it must be nice to have so many different crowns that you can do a 5-coin set on them. And then we have the final one, which is the orb crown. And that should be 2018 as well. Now the next set we have is another 5-coin set. And this one starts off with the things which I have promised I will perform and keep, so help me God. 2018 coin. Now that's exactly the same as the 2017 coin, I believe. So I think one's circulating quality and one is bank or brilliant uncirculated quality. So they are different finishes, but the same. Ah, yeah, that's why. So I bought the first set of coins are circulating coins, and then this second set we're looking at was a 5-coin set, and they were taken out of the packaging. So these have the brilliant uncirculated quality. So you can see the difference in the finish. I confuse myself sometimes with the coins. There's just, well, I've got so many of them. And again, as I mentioned before, because Jensen likes to chew the packaging, I decided to take all the coins out of their individual packaging, or 5 coin sets, and do the date run out of them. So I did that with the Isle of Man, and I did it with Gibraltar, Guernsey, Jersey, and the Falkland Islands as well. Now, in truth, I think they do look much nicer in the brilliant uncirculated version than they do in the circulated version. But then I suppose any coin's going to look nicer if it hasn't been scraped and scuffed and all the rest of it. So there we go. It looks nice again, nice and shiny. Now then we get on to what are more of the tatty sort of coins that Pubjoy released, or possibly the Tower Mint released. What would the years be? Anything over 2017, I think, was the Tower Mint. Yeah, so these will be Tower Mint. And this is the Peter Pan set from 2019. So this would have been taken out of the packaging. Nice finish on it. Obviously, like all kids, I like Peter Pan when I was young. Not so fussed on it now that I'm growing up, but all children except one will grow up and the rest of them will collect coins. Hello, Jensen. You come down to cause trouble. And then we have Avast, belay, yo-ho, heave to, a parroting we go. That was my favourite character in Peter Pan, Captain Hook. Jensen, get off the coin collection. I keep telling you, I'll get rid of you. No, don't be attacking me. Jensen, don't be attacking the coins. No. These are not for... Ow! Get off me, you little shit. Get off. Little bastard. Sorry, excuse me. Bastard. He's a little... Oh, because I've put all these glass doors on the cabinet, he's got the right hump because he can't get into those cabinets now and destroy things. So he hangs off the little center border piece of wood and he just makes a mess of the glass. And then because he can't get into the coins, he gets frustrated. So I end up getting bitten because of it. He still hasn't learned that I'm about 500 times his weight and can quite easily defend myself against him. But for a tiny little parrot, he's still got quite a sharp beak. Anyway, back to Peter Pan. If you believe, clap your hands. I can't remember what she was called. The one, Tinkerbell, I think, was the one with the wings who flew about. And then we've got, it was the terrible TikTok of the crocodile. So, of course, the crocodile that had Captain Hook's arm off. And I think he swallowed a alarm clock, didn't he? So, hence, he was always going TikTok. And then second to the right and straight on till morning. So, Peter Pan coin there as well. Now, Jensen, piss off. Jensen, no, go away. Go away or I'll drown you in Red Bull. We're doing a video and you're not in it. Well, you are in it, but you're not meant to be. Go on, bugger off. Bastard, go on, bugger off. Go on, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. There we go. God, a vicious little bastard. Right, where were we? So we finished off the Peter Pan set. And then we must be on to a new year because we're back to the Lochtan Ram again. And that's the 2019 coin. And then the next set of coins, which I won't take out, but this is a brilliant uncirculated set. And it was to celebrate victory for the Second World War. So you had V, I, C, T, O, R, and Y. Victory. That's a nice set. That was a bank set, so it came in a nice presentation case. Unfortunately, those coins have dropped in value like a stone. A bit like my love for Jensen. It's disappearing quickly, Jensen. Go back to watching the snooker on TV and be grateful that I haven't opened the window and allowed you to experience freedom. Right, so we're on to tray 3 now. And we start off on tray 3 with another Lochtan Ram. Look at that lovely coin. I do like the design of the Lockton Ram 50p. And there we go, we're on to 2020. And then the next set of coins is a 5-set of coins. And this celebrates England and Wales in the cricket. So again, the familiar portrait there, Jodie Clark's Popejoy Mint portrait, or Tower Mint portrait of the... Jesus, he's back. We've got 5 different coins in this set, each one depicting a bowler or some sort of cricketing movement. Jensen, go away. You'll go back in your cage on lockdown and you'll be like one of them Category A prisoners. You get 30 minutes out a day and that'll be it. Or you'd be like Charles Bronson, I'll have to lock you up permanently, put you in a little straitjacket like Hannibal Lecter. Go on, bugger off. The good viewers of YouTube don't need to see your antics. There we go. There's... Oh, go now. No. Right. I put that back in and I need to... You forced me into this now. I need to get a plastic sheet and get... Go on, bugger off. Go on. You little troublemaker. You make me forget where I am. All fun and games here with the demented parrot. So we got another one of the cricket 50p's there where he's doing a bit of bowling. And then the final one where they've taken the stumps out. So that was the 5-coin cricket set. I think at the minute I might be bidding on one of those on eBay, the silver proof set of that. And then the next coin we have is yet another 5-coin set, I think it was. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a 5-coin set, and this time it's Rupert the Bear. Never into Rupert the Bear as a kid, but ended up having to buy this set of coins just to, well, for the date running because I'm addicted. But these were taken out of a set, so these are all brilliant uncirculated. I do think actually it's worth taking a lot of these coins out of the sets because when you put them in the capsules, you don't seem to get the toning on them. And some of the capsules are cheaper than others. With some of them, you get a really good fit on the capsule. And then with some of the cheaper ones, they're a bit looser. And I'm convinced that the looser they are, the more, the more air can get into them. And of course, it's the air that causes the toning. So there's another one of the Peter Pan coins. I'm not sure if that's a rat on it or a rabbit. And then the next set is another 5 set of coins, brilliant uncirculated, taken out of a packaging, and that's 2020. And we're on to the second set of Peter Pan coins. Do you believe in fairies? Certainly. Irish, I have to believe in the fairies. Tink was not all bad, sometimes she was all good. So yeah, Tinkerbell, of course. And let's see what we got here. The Jolly Roger lay low in the water, so Captain Hook's pirate ship. Excellent stuff. And then the next coin is one could mention many lovable traits in Shmee. Right, so that was Peter Pan. And then, what have we got here? Oh, we've got another Peter Pan, Ode to Sea, a Mermaid, 2020 again. And then I think we got the final one in the Peter Pan series. So this was a 6-coin set. Sorry, I think I said it was a 5-coin set. It all gets terribly confusing when you get to my age, counting past 5. But, well, you don't have any fingers, do you? 2020 coin, and he came to the window to listen to the stories. So Peter Pan again. Right, and then we're back to another Lockton Ram 50p. Stunning as ever. Lovely coin. That should be 2021. There we go. Really nice. Right, next coin then is a... Oh, I think it's a 6-coin set, this one. So this one was the 95th birthday of the late Queen Elizabeth, and they released 6 different portraits of the Queen, so each 50p has a different portrait on it. And we've got the Jodie Clark portrait there, and then the next coin we have is a slightly different portrait of the Queen. That's quite a nice one, isn't it? LB, so not sure who designed that. May not be Jodie Clark who've done all these. Let's see. Obverse, let's have a look at the reverse. So yeah, these seem to have LB on them, so they must be a different designer. And then let's see, and then we've got another one here. Quite a nice portrait as well. Oh, ooh, there we go. And another portrait of the Queen. So yeah, these ones came out of the packaging and went into the tray. And then the final one is this one. So yeah, 6 coin set, liberated from the packaging. Little bit of an error there on this coin. Don't know if you can see that if we have a little zoom in. The copper's been exposed on that coin, so a little bit of a minting flaw there. But yeah, there we go. Right, so that's that set. And then the next set is a 6 coin set as well. And this is in memoriam of Prince Philip. So these are brilliant uncirculated coins. And again, we're taken out of the packaging. In fact, this set I only got recently because I was missing this set for quite a long time. And I was sort of, it's quite a boring looking set. It's just pictures of Prince Philip, you know, different portraits of him. But I decided in the end I would have to buy it for the sake of continuity. It gets to the point where as a collector you think, I don't like the coin, but I need to have it anyway. So we got him there with his cap on. And he was quite funny, Prince Philip, back in the 80s and 90s when he was notorious for making his gaffes. And we call them gaffes, but most of them were probably racist comments that he should never have made. But being the husband of the Queen, he got away with it. He was always quite funny, I think, Prince Philip. Of course, coming from the Greek royal family. And there's another one of the baldy old coat. And we're still on 2021. So that finishes the Prince Philip set. And then we're on to another set. And this time is yet another set of Peter Pan coins, I think these are. Oh no, this is Alice Through the Looking Glass. So they really did go for some tat. There's another little imperfection on that coin. You can see the copper coming through. Let's just take the cap off that and have a little look at it. Oh no, maybe that's just a little bit of crap. Yeah, just a little bit of crap on the capsule. That coin looks pretty perfect. We're all mad here. Jensen, get away from the Red Bull. That's not for you. Unless you want to take a bath in it. Dear, dear, dear. I buy you all these exotic foods and drinks, salads and vegetables and all sorts. And what do? You come over and attack me. Go on, get away. Get away with you devil spawn. Go on, get off. I don't want you shitting and crapping everywhere. We're doing important stuff. You know, lots of these coins are worth more than you, Jensen. Yeah. Know your place. Because again, as I said, that window will be open and your bid for freedom will be granted. And then you know what happens when you go outside? Go on, get away. Go on. The crows will get you. Or the seagulls will get you. Yeah, big tough guy. You won't be so tough when there's a group of seagulls eating you. Jensen, go away. Go on, bugger off. Oh God, he's so annoying. It's surprising that I've got low blood pressure rather than high blood pressure. Oh, what a curious feeling, said Alice. 2021. And let's see what we got next. So what does that say on it? That's enough. Off with their heads. Well, that's very apt, isn't it, Jensen? Hey, off with your head, you necklace little flying rat. Yeah, go on, bugger off, go on, piss off. Sorry, excuse my French. This isn't meant for kids. This is adult viewing only. Ugh. And then the final coin, I think, in this little series. I am under no obligation to make sense to you. Oh, a lot of times that's exactly what I feel like. I'm very apt little saying there. Right, so that is the end of tray 3. So 35 times 3 is 105. So there's 105 coins so far in this Isle of Man series of coins. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got in the top corner here. So this is more Alice in Wonderland coins, 2021 still. I'm sure they've released, I'm sure I had at least 2 sets with 5 or 6 coins in each set. Life, what is it but a dream? Whatever. Yeah. And then the next coin we have is There's Nothing But Hay Left Now. The Mad Hatter, that's quite a cool picture or design. I like that one. Thing is, a lot of these coins, I buy the sets of them and I don't even really look at the coins, because anything that was to do with cartoons or kiddie stuff doesn't really interest me. I'm more like the Milner's Tower ones with the die marks, or the Lockton Ram, or, you know, the Ellen Vannon computer series, all those ones. To me, they're the proper 50p's, and these are just sort of money-making tap that the Mint churn out to keep collectors buying, and obviously then to keep their profits high as well, or keep them in profit if nothing else. That's the effect of living backwards. I'm sure Lewis Carroll who wrote Alice in Wonderland, and I think half the time he was on acid when he did it. God Save Our Gracious Queen. So we've got the 2022 coin, a little bit of toning up there on that coin. So it must have been exposed to a bit of air. God Save the Queen. Long Live Our Noble Queen. Quite nice designs on these coins. And I think these coins were released fully gold plated or half gold plated as well. But it's going down a major deep rabbit hole with the Mad Hatter to collect all the different colour versions of these coins. Although saying that, the 15 coin set which is there is dual plated. It's half gold. Don't normally buy them, but I think it was a decent price. Long to reign over us, God Save the Queen. And so it goes through the national anthem, God Save the Queen. And then we've got a really splendid design on this coin. So this is the Peregrine Falcon coin. That's been the definitive coin for the last couple of years, I believe. That's a 2023 coin. It's proof-like in that it's frosted, but it's not an actual proof coin. But I like this coin so much, I bought 50 of them. I've just got them in a stack in the cupboard. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I was going to sell them and then I just couldn't be bothered. I find half the time it's too much hassle to put them on eBay, list them and go to the post office and all that. I just can't be bothered. Right, so we move on to 2023 and we've got King Charles III. And again, we've got the national anthem, but this time God Save Our Gracious King. Long live our noble king. Send him victorious, happy and glorious. Long to reign over us, God Save the King. And then it finishes off with the last one in the series, God Save the King. So they're pretty nice designs. I like this half of the design more than the national anthem bit, because you've got heraldic beasts on it. Stylized heraldic beasts, which are pretty cool. So the next set of coins in the date run is the Tutankhamun set. Now this set was available non-coloured, so I still need to get that set at some point. But this is a 2023 coin, and this was a first day cover, so it came in a big old envelope. The colour one was quite limited in how many were made, and it goes for good money. But the problem is, even though it was in the first day cover, you can see where it's toned around the edges, and every coin has suffered from that. So hopefully now they're in capsules, the toning won't get any worse. Sometimes the toning can look quite offensive on a coin, but with these ones it doesn't look too bad. It's a light golden hue on the outer rim of the coin. But we got Tutankhamun's death mask there, or burial mask. And then we've got that dog sphinx thing. Now, of course, you could look at those in more detail, but they're nice looking coins. The design's nice, and I think Westminster are a bit sneaky at times, because they released the colour version, so everybody rushes to buy it, because I think these were limited to 495 sets. So they are quite rare coins. But then after they've released the colour version, then they release the plain ones. And of course, the people like me have gone, oh, I've just spent a fortune on the colour ones, and now I've got to buy the plain ones as well. So for a period of time, I just bought whatever set I fancied, whether it be colour or plain. But we got the Scarab Beetle here, which looks nice. And there's plenty of detail on that coin. So really nice looking coin. I like that one. So 1922 to 2022. So this is 100 years and celebrating, I believe it was Howard Carter who opened Tutankhamun's burial chamber and found all the treasures, etc., which quite rightfully he took off to the British Museum, because the people in Egypt weren't capable of finding the burial chambers of their own deceased pharaohs. So yes, down to the British to do it. And of course then we get the spoils of war and get to bring home these treasures to the British Museum. No doubt they're probably squawking about returning all this stuff back to Egypt. If they do, then we should charge them for 100 years of storage and looking after these coins and, you know, making them available to the public, etc. Nothing's free in this world, is it? There we go. There's Tutankhamun, the boy king. Was he disabled? Was he a bit of a cripple? From all accounts he was. He died young. But yeah, that's a nice set. I like that set, and 5 different coins in that set. Check it out on eBay. You'll see what those are going for. And then the next set we're back to, God, Peter bloody Pan again. He's really got more attention than he's worth. But a 2024 set of coins, and the next coin, see, these all have little banners at the top. So we got the Lost Boys. Nice looking coin. So, you know, the designs are okay, but they're what I call forgettable, really. You know, who's going to be looking and going in 20 years' time? Who's going to be collecting the Peter Pan 50p's from the Isle of Man? As in comparison to collecting the Christmas coins or the TT coins. There we go, Captain Hook again. Excellent, I do like Captain Hook. He's my favourite character in it. Shmi and the Pirates. Blah, blah, blah. And then we move on to one of the more recent sets of coins that was released. So the 2024 set of Racing in Man. So various different cars, I believe, in this 5 coin set. A history of racing in Man. I can't exactly remember what the set was called, but there's a nice 1904 car, and it looks like it's doing a hill climb, possibly. For anybody who's watching who doesn't know what a hill climb is, you basically get your car, you take all the weight out of it, you have your buddy sit in it, and then you go up these impossibly muddy hills and you have to bounce up and down, etc. It's great fun if you're doing it. If you're watching it, it's pretty boring. There we go. We've got the motorbike and sidecar there. Now, in fairness, the designs on these cars are quite good. You know, it almost looks like they're going back to the good old Pubjoy days when they put a bit of effort into the design. So that's nice. And then we have, I think this is a motorbike one again. Yeah. So an old 1907 motorbike. And again, they would have raced these up hills and on tracks and all sorts. In those days, health and safety didn't apply. You know, basically get your bike, jump on it, and off you go. And if you break a leg, tough crap. No NHS or anything to look after you. But you probably would have needed to have had quite a few quid back in the day to be able to afford to do motor sports of any kinds, whether it was on a bike or a bike and sidecar or on a car. That one's from 1923. And again, the 2024 set. And that brings us to an end. So there's only 4 spaces left there. I did buy 2 extra trays recently, so they're in the cupboard ready to go. There's a couple of sets that I'm missing from this date run off the top of my head. One of them is the inaugural set of coins that from King Charles' inauguration. Jensen, you're pushing your luck. Ah, get away. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Don't attack. Go on. You're squawking like a little bitch. Yeah, you know you annoy me too much and there's a limit. Get in, yeah, go on, bugger off, hide up there in your cage. Right, so we had 3 trays at 35, which gives us 105. Add on another 35, it gives 140. Take away the 4 that are missing, gives us 136 coins. So that is the Isle of Man sort of definitive stroke commemorative date run of coins. And then, of course, we've got the other coins, the serious coins from the Isle of Man. So all the Christmas ones and the TT ones and Viking coins, etc. And then we've got other silver proof ones and various different things. But one of the longer videos I've done, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And, well, if you've got any coins you want to see, this is what he does. He sits in the glass. He regurgitates his food onto the glass and then he picks it off. Jensen, you dirty little bastard. It's a bit annoying because it takes a long time to clean all the glass on these. And then as soon as I let him out of the cage, he's doing the same thing again. But I did get this snooker cue, which I bought about 10 years ago and only ever used once. And I can now move them. Right, go on, bugger off, you little twat. Go on, get up there. I make it all nice up the top for you and you still want to land in the bloody glass and make a mess, don't you? No matter what I do, you're out to cause destruction, havoc and chaos. Bastard is your perfect surname. Right, anyway, I've rattled on now for nearly 50 minutes, but it was either do that set of coins very, very quickly, in which case you wouldn't have seen the coins, or take it a bit slower and go through them one by one, which I did. So that's it for this video. I'm open to suggestions if anybody wants to see any coins specifically. If I have them, I'm more than happy to show them. Other than that, I think we'll make the next video on the VE Day set of 15 coins that just arrived. And we'll have a look at the Platinum Jubilee set of 15 coins as well. And then there's other coins that have arrived as well. So there's quite a bit in terms of video footage that I can make. But yeah, if anybody's got anything in particular they want to see, then just give me a shout and let me know. We've got, well, anybody who's familiar with my channel, you know, we've got loads of different coins that we could have a look at. I think we're up to, God, about 36 of those red trays now. So yeah, there's a plethora of different coins to have a look at. Failing that, you can always watch me strap Jensen down to a snooker cue and flick him out the window and give him the freedom that he desires. But for this video, that's it for now. Peace and love as always, unless you're a Labour supporter, in which case I hope you burn in the flames of hell. Vote Reform. I think it's Reform, isn't it? Yeah, vote Reform. And for now, that's it. Peace and love. Coin Snatcher out.